Yeah, Fritz Haber.
Well, Fritz Haber was a fascinating character.
Yeah, were made by like the Haber method that was made by a guy who was
Fritz
a
Haber.
Jewish guy. You know
And
the
they
horrible tragedy of Fritz Haber. You know the
Yeah,
Haber method.
incredible, yeah.
Well, there's a guy named Fritz Haber, and the scenario, like ironic scenario, was Fritz Haber. He figured out a way to extract nitrogen from the air. And this guy figured out how to draw nitrogen out from the atmosphere.
Because he figured out a way to take nitrogen out of the air, create ammonia.
Figured out this way to extract nitrogen from the air. And Fritz Haber.
Amazing.
He also created something called Zyklon A, and he created Zyklon A. He also created Zyklon B. Zyklon A and B.
He created an insecticide called Zyklon A.
Well, he came up with Zyklon A,
Exactly.
but it had a horrible smell to it. And that smell let you know that it was there. There was a scent attached to it so that you could smell it.
Because it has a certain smell to it. You put a scent in it.
It had a smell
A
attached
smell,
to it so that
right.
you could know what it was. That had a smell added to its Fritz Haber. Well, the Haber method is responsible for the nitrogen, apparently, that's in 50% of the people on the planet. They say that 50% of the nitrogen in the human beings today might have come from the Haber method.
There you
That's
go.
like the estimation. That today, the nitrogen in our bodies, 50% of it came from the Haber method.
There you go.
All the people today.
They think that half the population of the world today has Fritz Haber nitrogen in their bloodstream.
Where 50% of the nitrogen that's in most of the human beings on the planet Earth comes from. He was fucked because he was Jewish. And this guy was a Jew himself.
He was a Jew
He was a Jewish guy. So Fritz Haber, who by the way was a Jew, Fritz Haber,
who was a secular Jew.
wound up dying, fleeing Germany.
He had a heart attack.
He had a heart condition. He died seeking, I think it was some sort of health care in Switzerland or something like that. I think he had like a bad heart. Fritz Haber